don't think he's in the frame. I
No.
feel like it's just the top of his head, which is even weirder.
It's okay.
Hey guys, Danielle at Danielle TBD.
I'm Marisa at Marisa Rothman.
And this is our vodcast. We have thoughts. Clearly we are inside today. Kind of shooting this in a little guerrilla way because our camera operator is not here. She's on vacation for the holidays, so happy holidays to everybody.
Yes.
But we haven't done this in a while.
No.
And so being that it's the end of the year and being that this is a category of vodcasts that we like to do, we thought it would be time to grade some TV shows.
Yeah, grading your shows.
It is end of the year report cards, but we're only looking at this season because we did them in the summer for the end of last year. So it's really more from fall to December, mid-season report cards. However you want, whatever. They're report cards and they're important.
We are giving you people grades. That's what gives us satisfaction. Putting grades on index cards.
And we're starting with comedies.
Comedy.
So,
Spoiler alert.
So should we start with our first comedy, which
Yes,
is How I Met Your Mother, which we had to do because it's the last season and it's an important season. Oh my god, same grade! C minus.
We started off on a good
Well,
thing.
it's good that we got the same grade. It's
We're
not
in
good
sync.
that they got a C minus.
No.
So
Sorry.
why did you give them a C minus?
I mean, yeah, big sigh, which basically I feel like sums up so much of my feelings about the show this season, because this is a show that at times I have truly loved, and I have deep affection for throughout my entire time watching it. And you know, when it was announced in May that the entire season was going to take place over the wedding weekend, I don't think I cursed because at that point it was like near the end of the upfronts, but I wanted, and I was exhausted and basically was delirious. But at that point, I basically wanted to throw something because How I Met Your Mother has done these shticks so well. They've done, you know, even like last season with the time travel episode, which was hit or miss until like basically the end where, you know, Ted fake goes to run to see the mother and they do that. Then they do these things. They do these little weird things and they can work for an episode. Like there are times when it works well, but trying to drag out an entire final season for 22 or 24 or whatever number of episodes they were going to give us made me angry. And and then I watched the premiere and I thought, well, maybe I was wrong because the premiere was actually good. Like I actually liked the premiere. I liked Lily and the mother. I think the mother is so great and so underused this season. And I thought, well, maybe that this format won't be as limiting as I thought. Maybe they'll be able to make it work. Maybe they'll be able to make things fun. And then I watched most of the rest of the episodes of this year, and
Yeah.
basically just extended sides because I want to love this final season. There are a few things that piss me off more than when a show that I love has a terrible final season. I mean,
But not even a show you love. I feel like they were given this incredible gift of saying you have a final season, you have a full final season, which could be a curse if you don't have that many stories.
Right.
But they were given this chance to send up the characters and to send up the fans who have stuck with them this long. And I feel like they're wasting it. I feel like they didn't have any stories left in them, and so now they're just doing whatever they possibly can think of to fill the space and the time. And that's worse than if they had just not given them anything at all, because it's petering itself out to the end, and they're doing all these stories that don't mean anything at a time when everything should mean something.
See, and what kind of almost makes me more sad is that I feel like they think that this is amazing. They think that they're doing
that's also possible.
I mean, and
that's also bad.
Right, and that's kind of the impression I'm getting, and I could be completely wrong. I'm not inside anyone's head, no matter how much voodoo magic I try. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Anyways, I can't speak for them or speak for their thoughts and desires, but from the impression I've gotten, because I was on set for the 200th, I've seen, I've talked to them enough that it kind of feels like they think that they're really getting to do something new and different with this.
I mean, they are doing something new and different. Right. I just don't think it's working.
They seem to think it's working, and it's, there's just so much of it that just feels like it's gimmicky, and that's sad because this show, yes, they've had the the catchphrases and the slap bets and this and that, but it was so much. When it was at its best, it was so much more than that. There was there were the moments that made you feel things. The moments where Robin not being able to have kids and all these things where there are moments that just stood out to you that were genuine versus just being flashy. and I feel like they've forsaken almost all of that for the sake of being flashy this
But
year.
the thing is, when they're being flashy, they're not paying it all off. Like,
know.
there are things that they promised, you know, longtime fans would finally like, there's the next slap is coming, the pineapple incident. They didn't pay off the pineapple incident. They had that shot of the board, and basically it amounted to, we still can't figure it out, so bye. And so I'm okay if you're going to be gimmicky, if it's going to work.
Right.
If it's all going to click into place, and it's going to prove that you had some sort of master plan.
The Marshall road trip was just atrocious. And
But that's also, too, I think we talked about this on a previous vodcast, but it was before we had seen, and now that we've seen, I kind of feel like my potentially my early snap judgment opinion, it actually holds up in a way that I kind of wish it hadn't, in the sense that, like I said, I thought that it was a mistake to tear everybody apart.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I thought, after I said that, I was like, well, maybe they have a way of making it work where you're going to see all these new sides of these characters, you're going to get to know them even better, but we didn't.
No.
It was just tearing them apart to tear them apart and to, again, fill time and space.
Right, and it's something where it's, you know, they obviously knew that Jason had production issues.
But not just him. I wouldn't
No,
I mean, his was the worst.
Okay, but that was why he wasn't the thing. He was
Right.
saying that, you know, he was coming to set once a month and,
Mhm.
and filming everything then.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't make something work, and this is a frustration with network studios, whatever, then either delay shooting, which obviously they couldn't do if they wanted to do a fall season, but you're ending it in March anyway, so why not, you know, start it in November and then run it to May?
Yeah, but I don't think they knew that.
No, but they knew. Because they
didn't know they were shooting ending in March.
No, they thought they were ending in April.
Right.
As of last
that's
month,
what I'm saying.
they thought they were ending in April.
Can't necessarily start it later.
No, but you'd still. They knew they were going to stop filming in February.
Oh yeah.
So like they knew that there were stuff they could make. It just. I don't know. It's much of it is kind of like, in many ways, the final season of The Office, because they kind of tore apart Jim and Pam for a bit. For that drama,
but they tore apart the characters for a purpose,
right? But I feel like
there was no purpose other than he's over here and can't get home because he gets kicked off of a plane and has to road trip.
But I feel like
Is this a National Lampoon movie?
I haven't seen those.
Oh my god!
But I feel like the Marshall and Lily thing is kind of them doing some of the same things, where it's like Marshall and Lily have had problems in the past, obviously because they broke up and whatever.
Right.
But I feel like now that they're a solid couple with the baby and whatever, they're now thinking, okay, well, let's give them one little bit of fun and drama to cement that relationship.
All I'm saying is that would have been fine if it was done in a way that actually meant something to the characters, because for me, watching those scenes, I kind of forgot that they were fighting about the fact that he took the judgeship without telling her, because I was so focused on, you know, the physical nature of, she's over here dealing with the wedding stuff and he's over here with Sherry Shepherd, and like you lose the couple in that because they're so far apart anyway, but they're also not dealing with the issue.
Right.
Like I thought the scenes when she met the mother were great because she had to talk about what the issue was, but that was her dealing with a third character, not with Marshall. So then when he finally came back to the whatever inn that is, and you know they saw each other and they could have had that moment of, now we have to have an adult conversation and talk about this. They didn't.
Right.
So if you were doing that storyline for that purpose and you didn't pay it off, why bother doing that storyline at all? Like it just nothing feels like it's clicking, like it works. It just feels like they're just doing things.
Unfortunately, it feels like the best part of the season is the mother, and the fact that we're seeing her so little is making it frustrating.
I agree. But I will say that I still don't think Ted, like, there was all this, you know, worry about making the mother awesome because they've built her up for so long. But I still think that it doesn't matter if she's awesome or not. I think she's awesome, but it doesn't matter because I don't think he's awesome. And are they ever going to address that? No. They're just showing us random moments later when supposedly he's awesome because they're getting engaged and they're meeting and they're having an anniversary. And I'm like, but I still didn't see you earn her. Not to steal from Shonda Rhimes, but let's steal from Shonda Rhimes because everybody needs to earn everybody in relationships, and I don't think that's happening here.
We'll see.